Families. This is a quick video going over week 5's assignments, pretty similar to assignments that we've had over the past couple weeks. So I'll just quickly get to them and through them so you have a quick understanding of what exactly we're supposed to be doing with these assignments. So here we go. You'll see there's a week 5 heading now in Google Classroom with all the assignments listed. If you count carefully, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 assignments plus our extra math sessions. So 8 assignments divided by 4 days will be 2 assignments per day, plus your extra day on Friday to get catch up on anything you need to catch up on. I know there's many of you that do need to catch up on things, so please take that time on Friday or the weekend to catch up on those other assignments that you might have fallen behind on. But let's go over them quickly. So we're only going to be doing 2 math lessons this week, and the reason for that is after lesson 5, the rest of the math lessons in chapter 10 are all measurement lessons, and I assume that not everybody's going to have the required tools to do measurement lessons, unfortunately. So we're going to be skipping about the last 5 lessons in chapter 10, which are on using different types of measurements, not just measuring length or width or height, but also measuring how heavy things are, mass, things like that. So I am going to go ahead and skip those lessons because it's just going to be too hard for everybody to be able to do those. So we're going to do 2 math lessons this week. We're also going to do the mid-chapter checkpoint pages, and then we're going to have our science assignment on Thursday. So we have math lesson 10.4. Again, simply watching the video. It's a little bit long this time, and these 2 math lessons I have this week are going to be a little bit challenging. So I definitely try to help your scholar out, especially with the questions on their own. Obviously, I'm going to try and explain as best as I can the pages that I'm doing, but I would definitely suggest helping them out. It's only going to be 3 problems, but they are going to be challenging. So 17-minute video. Here's the slide if you need it. You don't have to use the Google slide. Many of you still submit a picture of your work, and that works great. But if you need the Google slide, you can type in on your Google slide. And this lesson is on using time intervals. So it gives you an ending time, it gives you how long the activity took, and you have to tell me the beginning time, the starting time, or it'll give you the starting time and it'll tell you how long the activity took, and you got to give me the ending time. Okay, and the reason why it's going to be tricky is because all of the questions, it's going to start at 2, like this one starts at 2:15, but it's not going to end in the 2 o'clock hour. It's going to go 2, 3 o'clock, or for some of them, they're going to go backwards. So this ended at 10. We have to figure out the starting time, so we have to go backwards. It's not going to end at 10 something. It's going to end at 9 something because we're going backwards. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit challenging. So I definitely help your scholar out with those questions and try and help them understand it, just like I did in the video. So we have 10.4 and we have 10.5, which is also very similar to 10.4. The kinds of questions. There are only 2 questions to do, as you can see here, page 589, 2 and 3, and there is the Google slide for it if you need it. Okay? Don't forget to submit those when you're done. Here's the Go Math mid-chapter checkpoint. So this is just going to be, I just kind of went over the directions in this video, so it's only a 2-minute video, but it's just me going over the problems. But there are 10 problems to do on the first page. It's like a quiz we normally take, but I'm just going to take it as a classwork grade. So this is from all lessons 1 through 5. So again, your scholar might need some help with this, but 10 questions on the front, and there are 5 questions on the back, and one of those is going to be for extra credit. That's the number 12. So 15 questions in all, and you're welcome to use your book to help you, of course, and do your very best work on those. Okay. Oh, put that in the wrong spot. Let me move it back. So those are your 3 math assignments for this week. And I'm going to edit this real quick because I realized I did not put the page numbers. So we are doing pages 591 to 592. Let me edit that real quick. Complete page 591 and 592 for classwork grade. 30 points. So that's the big math assignment for the week, honestly, because it's a review of all those lessons. Okay. I'm going to edit this real quick. Did not put a time in here, so let me go do that. All right. Let's go to readings assignment. So we have a I Survived the Titanic chapter 1 through 8 quiz. There are 8 questions, or not 8 questions. There are quite a few questions. So don't forget to put your name in here first of all. I've had a couple of friends who have forgotten to type their name in, and when that happens, I have no idea who completed it, and I cannot give that person any score. I have to just return whoever's forms I don't have. Okay, so make sure you do that. The first 8 questions, I believe, are going to be vocabulary questions. So we're filling in the blank, and you are going to have 8 options. Okay? Now, that might seem like a lot, but you're going to use one of these options for one of these 8 questions. You're not going to use any of them twice. Okay? So you'll choose from your 8 options, which are lurched, palace, banister, obsession, society, baggage, alphabetical, and corridor. Okay, so there's 8 fill in the blanks. They all have the same options, as you can see. Okay, when you get down to this question right here, which best describes the opening scene, which would be the beginning of the book? Was it sad, spooky, loud, exciting? Okay, you're going to have some more multiple choice questions. George's stomach tightened into a baseball. Why did George feel this way? So you're going to have some questions from chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. You might have to go back if you want, and you can listen to the story if you need to. You're more than welcome to go back to the old videos, listen to the chapter again, find the answer, choose it. Okay? So where were Marco and Enzo from? What did Mr. Andrews show George? Which were best describes on Daisy? How is George different from Phoebe? And what was the cliffhanger at the end of the chapter 8, the last chapter? Okay, so there's those questions. Submit when you're finished. Okay, go ahead, leave here. So I'd suggest doing that on Monday first. That would be my Monday activity. My Tuesday activity would be doing chapters 11 and 12. So this is just going to be like last week's assignment. You're listening to the video, the chapters 11 and 12. You got 2 questions, one for chapter 11, one for chapter 12, and I would like to see a complete sentence here. And it doesn't need to be more than one sentence, but it needs to be a complete sentence. Please don't just say, what does Marco do to help find Phoebe? Search is not a good answer. Please give me a complete sentence. Okay? So I suggest doing chapter 11 and 12 on Monday, and I would suggest doing chapter 13 and 14 on Wednesday, or if the quiz doesn't take you long, maybe do chapter 11 and 12 on Monday with your quiz, after your quiz. 13 and 14 on Tuesday, because you're going to have this article right here, 5 Titanic Mistakes. This might be a Wednesday activity. So these are the 5 mistakes that they made with the Titanic. Listen to the story, or you can read it yourself. There's cause and effect from each mistake. So this first cause and effect is going to be from mistake 1. Second one's from mistake 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you go back in the story, figure out many passengers were stuck on the Titanic after it hit the iceberg. Why did that happen? What caused this effect to happen? Okay. So fill in your box, type in the cause or the effect. Okay, on the next page, you're going to have some questions. Which text structure did the author use to organize the passage? So you have your choices over here. You can just drag one of these, honestly, to that area, and that will be good for your answer. You can also type it in here if you want, but you can drag these over here. Okay? Just realize that you're going to have to type in here what was the best text structure to use for this passage. Was this the best text structure? Okay? So you can even make these smaller if you need to. Put it over here. Boom. Okay? All right. So, what is the author's purpose? Why did he write this selection? What's the main idea? And give me 3 supporting details to support your main idea. Okay, make sure you go ahead and submit that when you're finished. All right, that's the reading assignment. So you have 1, 2, 3 reading assignments technically, but These chapters 11 through 14 might take you a little bit longer, so this might be break up these into 2. Okay, so you might have 9 assignments for the week technically, but it just depends how quickly you can get these done. And like I said, maybe doing the quiz and then doing 2 chapters on Monday will help you keep on track. Okay. The science and social studies assignments are going to be pretty simple. The science assignment, there is a 23-minute video to watch on matter, and then there's about 15 questions to answer about matter. And they're pretty simple questions, honestly. If you watch the video, you'll get a good understanding of what kind of questions we have here. So name the 3 types of matter. That's in the video. Give me an example of a solid, just something that's solid. Give me an example of a liquid, something that's a liquid. Example of a gas, something that's a gas. The iceberg that hit the Titanic was a solid, a liquid, or a gas. Which one? What is an iceberg? Is it solid, liquid, or gas? The Titanic, is that a solid, liquid, or gas? The ocean that the iceberg and the Titanic are on is considered a solid, liquid, or gas. The air is solid, liquid, or gas. Okay? And then they're going to talk about properties in the video. So there's a couple questions about properties. And heat can turn a liquid into what? Okay? So pretty simple questions. If you don't know the answers, I would go back and watch this video, and you'll understand it better. Okay, social studies. So it's going to be about maps. There's only a 4-minute video to watch for this, and then there's about 10 questions to answer. Actually, about 15, I should say, for this one as well. So we have this town map, and you're going to need to tell me some things about the compass rose, which is what this video is on. And then there's some questions about some people in the picture, what direction they're heading. So Harriet heads blank to go to school. Which direction does he head? Is he going north, south, east, or west? So I would find Harriet here. He's going to school. School looks like this. So it looks like he's going to be heading north, going up. Okay, north, south, east, west. Okay? Learning those directions are important. Directions are here at the top if you don't know what to do. Okay? And that's pretty much it. Finally, 3 extra math sessions. Again, that brings our total to 13 now. We're going to have 3 more the following week as well, and that's probably where we're going to stop. So a total of 16 sessions for the rest of the year, or for this break we've been off. So you got to get to 16, and if you have done 0 so far, that means you have 3 weeks to do 16. So that means there's only 5 days you can take off, really. So definitely get started on that this week if you have not. And again, if you're not sure what to do, then please take the time to ask me how to get onto extra math, because we should all know by this point. Again, any other questions, feel free to let me know. We're going to end this video here at about 13 minutes. If you have any questions on the assignments, I'd be happy to help, but they're pretty simple. A lot of Google Forms, a couple of Google Slides. So, not a lot that, is going to be confusing here for you. So, but let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help. I do have parent-teacher conferences this week, so I may not respond right away if I'm meeting with a parent, so please consider that and understand that, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I do have 13 parents signed up, and if you haven't signed up, you're welcome to, especially if you have any questions about submitting work or anything like that. I'd be happy to help. Other than that, it's Mr. Koblenz out, and have a great week, students and parents.